This is the Mangusta 104 Rev Jacqpot, and if you like your big, fast Sportsbridge yachts, well, you've come to the right place. Jacqpot is currently on the market with TWW Yachts, and in this video, I'm going to give you the full tour. I'm Jack Haines, welcome to YachtBuyer. Before we get going, please hit that subscribe button. The algorithm loves it, we love it, and it spreads these videos far and wide, so please do us a favour, hit subscribe if you've not done so already, and the bell icon, you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. We've got to start at one of the helms, haven't we? Because the driving experience is a massive part of what this boat is about. And it always makes me chuckle with jet drives that all of that firepower in the engine room is controlled by these two tiny little throttles. There's 2,600 horsepower underneath each one, but it's also dainty and delicate despite the fact it will unleash so much power. And of course, the other benefit of jet drives, apart from the shallow draft, is joystick control. So controlling this boat at slow speeds should be pretty easy because you twist the joystick and you push the joystick and the boat should go in the requisite direction. You've also got a bow thruster as well if you need a little bit of extra oomph, and the performance is impressive. Bear in mind this is over 100 feet long. It'll do 35 knots flat out, but maybe more impressive is that at 27 knots it'll do 370 nautical miles, which is pretty good going. And I like this helm station as well. It's so clean and sleek. This is almost like a mouth opening up to reveal these screens, triple screens in fact. I've got engine information here, the Time Zero software over on this side. It's very pared back, very simple, but you've still got all the information you need as the skipper to drive this boat from up here. And actually the rest of the space is pretty nice as well. You think of a Sportsbridge and you think I'm maybe not going to have a huge amount of living space up here, but it's not bad at all. As you can see in this guy's, it's in pure sunbathing mode, but this cushion lifts away. There are a pair of tables hiding underneath there and they'll lift up, so you can make this into a dining space or at least a drink space if you want. And then underneath, to serve that, the crew have got a hot plate here as well, so you've got a grill, cooling space underneath. So yeah, you can serve guests up here if you want to. Of course, the main dining space is downstairs. We're going to have a look at that now. That's a really nice easy staircase to negotiate actually. Often these Sportsbridge ones are so steep, not on this one, and also handholds everywhere. It's a very sexy looking boat, but it's also safe and practical, and the quality of the stainless is beautiful. Anyway, down here when you're in this cockpit, you've got a servery here just outside the door. There's a sink there, somewhere for the crew to be able to serve guests out here. And as I said, this is the main external dining space, and you're nicely positioned here in the middle of the boat, but it also connects very nicely to this lounging area. So once you're finished with dinner, you can get up and come and relax here, and you've got the split table, so it's easy for people to move in and out. They don't have to shuffle around, and it also means the crew can get between the tables to serve guests if they need to. So it's a nice space, and obviously you've got the option of shelter overhead. These poles come out, this folds away. You can completely expose it, but on a warm day you can have this shade up and it just offers a bit more protection. Now before we go to the foredeck, let's head down there and have a look at the bathing platform. There's some really lovely design back here. This is obviously a big slab of structure, but they've worked hard to make sure it's a really pretty part of the boat and it flows really nicely into the whole design. I love this curvature here. It's a bit like a ducktail spoiler, and the clamshell is really beautifully designed. And underneath there's a tender garage big enough to fit a Williams 505 diesel jet. But it means that the tender is perfectly stowed away. You know, there's nothing on deck here, nothing to ruin these lines when the boat's charging along, all neatly tucked away inside the tender garage. Of course, the passerelle folds back there. It's a big passerelle too, folds all the way back into that step there, so that's completely hidden when it's not in use. Right, before we go inside, let's go and check out the foredeck. I know I shouldn't get distracted by boring practicalities on a boat like this, but I just can't help myself. I like the fact that they've got this rail running pretty much all the way down the side deck. So as well as this very tall guardrail, you can hold onto this. I don't want to because the crew have just polished it, but you have got something to hold onto all the way down. Look at this glass area as well, the way it curves out. Amazing shapes here. And there's also side doors on both sides, so you get straight into the bridge from either side of the boat when you're manoeuvring at slow speed. Moving forward, this is another really important living area. The detailing, the engineering is really gorgeous. Look at the pop-up cleats as well. They are absolutely lovely. And this is a fab space. Again, you know, it's split between sunbathing space, lounging space here. Note all the lighting snaking underneath the cushions here. At night, I think this boat would have a really cool nighttime profile. Check out the lights here as well. Sort of pop off the deck. You've got the foot level ones. You've got these ones here that are slightly higher. Look really good when it's running at night. And then you've got the coverage as well, like you have in the cockpit. That can come down if you do want to open the space up, but you're going to want some shelter here. It really is very exposed. But look at this as well, the engineering is stunning. The anchor mechanisms on both sides, you've got twin anchors on this boat, your cleats and your fair leads right forward. It is sexy, it is sporty, it's really, really good to look at, but they have not forgotten about the engineering side of things, and that's really, really nice to see. And would you just look at the view, looking here back over that coaming and over the Sportsbridge. Awesome. Right, let's head inside. Moving inside, the interior is also by Igor Lobanov, and it's really nice. It's very crisp, clean, cool, and it's quite a neutral palette, but there are flashes of colour here and there in the marble of this tabletop, for example, these copper light fixtures that look great, sort of dripping out of the ceiling. And it's quite interesting to have a formal dining arrangement on a boat of this style. You might not necessarily expect it, but nice that you can eat inside at a proper dining table, and it's well connected to the crew space as well. The crew area and the galley are just through that door. Moving forward, this is obviously the main lounging area. We've got this big sofa stretching out to the port side, huge windows on either side as well. Obviously to starboard, this massive TV, but this is dropped down to the unit, so when you're not using it, it's out of the way. And great use of light in here, mainly through this huge skylight above, brings loads of natural light down here, and you'll have noticed another light here, and this has got a bit of a trick up its sleeve, as I shall now demonstrate. Now you can see the helm, let's go and have a look at it. Aha, this is where you want to be. Look at this. The 3 helm seats says all you want to know really about this boat. I think, as an owner, as a guest, you would want to come up here and join the captain for the ride. It is proper rocket ship. These screens stretching out in front of you. Look at that central bonning screen. Super wide, all of your engine information there. Navigation one side, tankage, all configurable, of course. And you've got the screens flanking it as well. The cameras are up on this side. You can see the night vision camera as well, and yet more navigation, time zero, weather, all that stuff over there. But it's so clean and paired backed. Screens down low as well, and we've got the repeat controls as we've seen up on the flybridge, the diddly little throttles, the joystick, and I like that the joystick has got the boat's name on top of it as well. That's quite a nice touch. Bow thruster down here by the skipper's knee, and yeah, rattling along at 30 knots from down here. I think that would feel pretty special. Talking of special, let's head downstairs and have a look at the cabins. It's a lovely staircase down to the lower deck. It just peeps up to the windscreen above there, so there's some natural light coming down, but it's really bright down here. Great use of lighting as well. You've got these strip lights dotted along this passageway, underfloor lighting as well. So it's a really nice, bright, easy space to move along. We've got 4 cabins in total. We're going to start here, but this is the first guest cabin, the nice double bed here. I like the headlining as well. Good head heights, but also sort of wave-like as it connects to the bed head here. You've got some hull window as well, so natural light is decent down here, and there's also electric blinds, so you can control the blinds from the comfort of the bed. And this connects to the day head, and it's a lovely bathroom. A first glimpse at the bathroom finishes on board the yacht, and they're lovely. The use of marble is gorgeous. These big mirrors as well, they really look the part, and a lovely separate shower cubicle as well. On the opposite side of the lobby, we find the twin. This is another nice space, so you can walk between these beds really comfortably. The storage of this cabin is actually behind the bathroom door. The TV's behind the cabin door. And talking the doors, these cabin doors, they're very thick and they're also padded. Should be really good for sound insulation. And this cabin has got a totally private bathroom. Again, large enough to have a separate shower cubicle. But moving right forward, we arrive at the VIP. And this is a lovely space, and it sort of reminds you what size boat you're on, because you think maybe the bed would have to be set a bit higher to account for the hull tapering in. Not here. We've got so much space here. This is nice and low, really good sized bed, enough space either side for really decent sized storage units, bedside tables, repeaters for all the lighting, big storage on either side as well, and of course this has got a totally private and very large bathroom all of its own. Let's head to the owner's cabin. This is quite something, would you believe it? This bedroom, nice as it is, has never actually been slept in, but what a space it is. Loads of floor space here. It's a big king-size bed down here, but even so, there's plenty of space to move around this lovely flat floor. I like the warm wood as well. We've actually got this throughout the cabin, slightly warmer wood lower down to offset the lighter colours and textures that we've got up above. Huge TV, of course, and there's a walk-in wardrobe down there. That's a really good size. And to supplement that, you've got the bureau over on this side. Again, pride of place underneath the hull window. What a lovely place to sit and do your makeup. And then again, you've got your controls either side, sockets and lighting controls, separate bedside tables with a bit of storage in them as well. It's a really nice functional cabin, but beautifully done as well. And the bathroom, well, it's really, really special. Considering it shares the beam with that walk-in wardrobe, it still feels really, really large. I love this sink unit here. The marble is gorgeous, but even things like the taps, they're so nice to look at. Everything feels so lovely to the touch. This big circular mirror with the backlighting, more marble up on the wall. It's really thoughtfully detailed, beautiful space, and finished off with a simply enormous separate shower cubicle with both a rain shower head and wand showers as well. It's quite something. Let's head to the crew space now. The boat has 2 crew cabins, a pair of bunk cabins, so you've got 4 in total. The cabins are down this end, flanking this area. Obviously you've got your washer dryer over here, and this is the mess area. In the middle, opposite that, you've got TV screen for the crew, but they've also got screens for monitoring the boat, cameras up here, tankage. Obviously they've got all the systems under their fingertips here, so they can keep an eye on everything from down in their quarters. And over on this side, you have the ship's galley, pretty decent size. You've got all your cooling space up here, cooking on this side with the induction hob, extraction over the top and the oven down below, and a nice big swathe of countertop here so the chef can prep pretty easy. And you've got Miele professional dishwasher down here as well. And the other thing about this area is it connects directly to the engine room, which is through this door. Now guys, we're in an engine room. There's lots of machinery. It is a bit noisy down here, I apologise, but I've got to show it to you because it's such a mega space. There is 5,200 horsepower down here split across these MTUs. Gorgeous, great things. They are just massive, massive lumps. Such impressive engineering. And actually the engineering of the space itself is lovely. All this stainless steel, got the water maker right slap bang in the middle here, all very easy to get to. In fact, considering how much there is in here, it is quite easy to get all the ancillaries. You know, you've got your generators on either side. There's a seakeeper tucked down there, only the tender garage. Obviously that's going to keep you pretty much zero roll when you're at anchor. Not so effective when you're moving along, but when you're stationary, really, really valuable. Of course, you have got the intrusion of the tender garage, but it's really not too bad. And this area where the engineers will be spending most of their time overlooking the engines, up by the controls, up by the screens, it's actually pretty easy to move around here. We've also got another access point. This goes right up onto deck, obviously. Of course, you've got that access straight to the crew space as well. It's an impressive space. The rain has arrived here in Fort Lauderdale and driven us inside, giving me the perfect excuse to come back to one of my favourite parts of this boat, this lower helm. So much drama, technology, it's clean, it's modern, it's so cool, and it's so nice to be on a boat of this size that's so performance orientated, that ability to travel really decent distances at high speed. It looks great, but it's also engineered beautifully, and I don't think there's a better looking 100-foot Sportsbridge out there on the market. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. And remember, this is on the market with TWW Yachts. I'll put a link to the brokerage page in the description of this video. Thank you very much for watching that tour of Jacqpot. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give the video a like if you did. If you like your big, fast Italian stuff, we've got some Pershing reviews on the channel, so I'll put those up here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do that by clicking up here. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.